we want to understand what's going on in Alabama with gay marriage, and therefore we've invited Brian Silva from Marriage Equality USA and Roger Gannam from Liberty Counsel. Both of you, thanks so much for joining us. Let me just start with a very basic. Brian, what's going on in Alabama right now with gay marriage? Is it possible for gay couples to get married, or it is completely impossible at this point?
So right now we're kind of in an in-between place. The Alabama Supreme Court has ordered judges to stop. The federal court has ordered them to continue. And so our legal organizations are working to hash that out as quick as possible so the people down there can marry the person that they love.
Roger, do you think that is a matter of discrimination? If you're gay in Alabama or part of the LGBT community, you can get married. Who says that a marriage is only between a man and a woman? Who says that? I mean, every definition is made by men. And men, I'm assuming, can change that, isn't it?
No, I disagree. Marriage is defined by what it is, and we can look at the history of the union of men and women and see that biologically, psychologically, socially, men complement women, and the union of a man and a woman is unique, and it's special in that way. It doesn't matter what a judge or an opinion poll or really any of us say marriage should be. It's defined by what it is, and that definition of marriage has survived for millennia before this very new and very recent blip in history where courts have ultimately decided that it should be something different from what it is.
Roger is saying that marriage is what it is. What's your response?
Well, you know, I think there's been a lot of definitions of marriage throughout history that if we looked back that Roger and others would probably very much disagree with. You know, marriage used to be defined as only people between the same race. Marriage has been defined as people of different religions not being allowed to be together. So I think the beauty of marriage, the beauty of living in a society like America is that we can change and we can grow and we can become more equal for, you know, for our citizens that live here. I think that all families are deserving of that equality and that treatment, and I think that opinion polls do matter. You know, I think 60% of Americans plus saying that they believe that two people of the same gender should be able to get married and they have no problem with that. I think that says something. It says a lot, and I think we should be respectful of that as well.
Roger, let me just finish with this. What's next for Alabama? Is this, for you, is it a matter of religious freedom?
Well, religious freedom is important here because Brian and his friends really don't tolerate disagreement on this subject. And wherever same-sex marriage has been imposed on states by judges, what you see is an erosion of religious freedom. You see business owners and honest, hardworking, good people who really aren't in the business of discriminating are coerced and forced into participating in same-sex weddings, whether it's a florist or a photographer or a cake baker. And so we see religious freedoms. People who have a sincere, conscientious objection to participating in a same-sex marriage are forced to do it or give up their business. That's not religious freedom.
I think it's really important to say that there has never been a single case in this country where a church has been forced to marry somebody that disagrees with their doctrine. That's not going to happen. No one has ever argued for that. And the fact of the matter is that when you own a public business, it's important that you serve the public. You know, we would never tolerate somebody saying that because of their religious belief they're not going to serve a woman or someone who's elderly or someone because of their race. And we believe that, you know, public businesses should serve the public, and we can do that in a way that's respectful for, you know, for everybody across the board.
That's not a problem in America. The problem is when a business owner or an individual is forced to participate in a same-sex ceremony, and that's different. The Baronelle Stutzman, the florist in Washington, she was asked to use her creative talents and participate in a same-sex ceremony. She had never turned down a gay customer. She had never turned down a gay employee. She's not in the business of discriminating. But when she's asked to participate in that ceremony, something she has a religious objection to, and then told by the AG of that state that she must go out of business or pay a fine unless she is willing to participate, that's not freedom, and that's not the problem of simply declining to serve someone.
Brian, Roger, thanks so much, and no question about it that Alabama is right in the middle of the news. But we'll see what the Supreme Court decides in June. Both, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jorge.